Hello everybody, it's Wendy, and today we are going to make a couple of things using these really cool slider clasps. So these things have silicone in the middle of them. Don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there it is. And they are really fun. The Bargain Bead Box this past month sent a bracelet that had one of these as the stopper, and I loved it, so I've been making some other things. So here's one. I've been making some Christmas presents, and this is a Christmas present for somebody. I'm not going to say who, but this little slider clasp, you just take this and pull, and see how it does? It just adjusts right there, and I mean, anybody could wear it. It's very adjustable. So I made this one with the mookaite, which I love. I think the mookaite is so pretty. I made this one. This is electroplated tiger eye and regular tiger eye. So see, they're just adjustable, just like that. This is the mookaite. I love the mookaite. Oh, it's so pretty. And then this one is sodalite and mahogany obsidian. So these are for guys. Now, girls could wear them, obviously, but these I made for some guys, and I'm getting ready to make another one. But if you see how I've done the clasps this way, there's another way to do it, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. So I'm going to make 2 bracelets and a necklace in this video, and I know it sounds like a lot, but these are quick and easy. They're perfect for gifts, okay? Because anyone can wear them. They adjust. So let's see here. Oh, let's do our encouraging word. So it's 1 Peter 5:6, and it says, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time." It's good to be humble. Okay. So we're going to work on this one first. These are so easy. Now, let me just say ahead of time, this is 1mm leather, and I have drilled out with a bead reamer all of these are amethyst beads, and this little thing is really cool. This is the first time I've ever really used it. You just take it, and it comes with 2 sizes of bits. But now, I don't know if I'm doing it right, because a lot of times when I put this in here, it wants to come out, like this thing slides out. So it took me forever to do all these amethyst beads, and I hope I have them drilled enough. If I don't, I may have to do it a little more, but I mean, I worked on this like all day yesterday, and I don't know if I'm doing it right, because sometimes this little thing will slide out, but it worked. So anyway, I did have to drill these out, but these amethyst beads are absolutely beautiful. I got these from Bargain Bead Box, and look, I love, they have this like brown inclusion in there. Whoop, I don't want to drop them. They're so pretty. So these are 10mm amethyst rounds. These are probably 6mm, I would say. Amethyst, they've got amethyst in them, little rondelles, really pretty. And then I have some copper spacer beads here, some other little spacers. This is the slider clasp. Now these have a 2mm hole. I ordered these from Amazon, couldn't think of the name of it. And I'm actually going to order some smaller ones, because these do not work on the Coriana chain. They are too big. The hole's too big. It works good on 1mm leather, or even 2mm leather would work. And this chain, this new beading chain that I have up on my site right now, and I just restocked this, it works good on it because it's thicker than the Coriana chain. I love this stuff. It is so pretty, and we're going to make a necklace and bracelet with it too here in a minute. So, if you want to do, it's better to get the smaller one, I think, unless you're using big, you know, thick leather, but then you have the problem of getting your beads on it. So you have to kind of, I think I'm going to order the smaller. I would like to have maybe, this is a 2mm hole. I would like to have maybe a 1mm hole in there. But this does work for what we're doing today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and start putting my beads on. And I like to do this without tying off the ends first, just because I want to be able to take them off if I need to. So I've got these wavy spacers as well, and I'm just going to go ahead. I put on a little spacer bead there, then I'm going to put this wavy spacer on, and I did that backwards. I want the wavy spacer to go on where it cups the bead. So let me flip that back around. And if you have trouble getting your beads on, you can cut your leather at an angle here. But I think I've reamed all these out enough, hopefully, to where I won't have to have too much trouble, because I mean, I reamed beads all day yesterday. Chris was like, "What are you doing?" So it was loud. Yeah, see this one? I maybe didn't do it enough. Let me try a different one. Most of them I tried on the cord, but okay. And then I'm going to do the wavy spacer facing the bead. And then I'm going to do a rondelle. And I did have to ream out the rondelles too. And the thing about this, the nice thing about this bead reamer is it works on glass as well. So I can use it on gemstone beads, on glass beads. It's really nice little tool to have. And so I'm just going to repeat that. Well, that's got something in the middle. No wonder it's not going on right. Okay. Now this person, I was told that I'm making this for, and I'm not going to say their name. I don't know if they watch my channel or not, but I don't want to ruin it if they do, but I was told that they like purple. See, I checked all these, I thought, yesterday, and they seemed like they were working. There we go. So I thought the purple amethyst would be really good for them. And it is a guy, so I'm trying to keep it, you know, I don't want to make it girly. But I didn't think these beads looked girly. I thought they looked pretty masculine. Let's see. I really want to use a couple of these with the, so I'll just do this and you can see. This is how it works. You just take this little thing and just go in here, and I mean, it takes a while. Like, I just play around, you know, I do this and I go in and out here, and this gets stuck sometimes. And I just mess around with it, trying to get that hole big enough to get the leather through, and it takes a while. I even replaced the batteries at one point yesterday, because I was like, I think it's getting tired. Okay, let's see if it'll go on now. Nope. And, you know, like that one, this is a bigger bit. I'm going to put the smaller bit on. It seems to do a little, if you switch back and forth between the two, it seems to work better for some reason. This one is really sharp. I got my finger with it yesterday, and it's really sore today. It made a nice little hole in my finger. But see, I just kind of go around with it here. And it does take a while sometimes, but you can see now it's kind of starting to slide on. So we just have to keep messing with it till it reams out the hole big enough. I really like these amethysts. They're just so pretty. They've got these inclusions in them. And I don't know if they're a lower quality amethyst, like they're not as pure and that's why they're that way, or if they're a higher quality. I need to Google it, but they really are pretty. I like them. If they're a lower quality, I prefer these, I think, over the higher quality. They're so pretty. So that's how you do this. You just, takes patience. Okay. So that's enough of that. Let's see. I will use a different one. I'll use, I think that one might be ready, but I'm going to put a more purple one on here. Let me see if I have any that will go, because I did do this yesterday. And I thought, I honestly thought I had several that would go. I had tried them on the cord and they worked. Okay, well this one's going to work. Oh, but I forgot I gotta put the spacer. The good thing is you don't need a whole big lot of these. So, But I am going to make somebody else something using them as well, so I'm going to be reaming for a while, I guess. Now, like I said, if that has trouble going through, you can take it and trim it at an angle, and this usually helps. Whoops. See, I'm forgetting what I'm doing. There we go. I want the spacer bead to face. Okay, good. So I'm just putting them all on. There we go. Let's put another spacer. Another rondelle. Okay. See if I can get that one to come on now that I trimmed this a little bit. It might. There's the hole. It looks really small. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on that one a little bit. Let's try this one. I'm going to have to work on it too. And him. Let's try this guy. No? Man, I did work on these yesterday, I promise, and I thought I had them big enough. This one will work. So I'm just beating this up, and you don't do the whole thing because we're going to leave it to where it will cross over, and we're going to put our slider clasp on. But I do a good, you know, like on this one, I do the middle, you know, pretty much up all the way. You want to have enough beads on there to where it looks good. Let's do a darker one. Oh, come on. You on. Now let's look and see. Probably need to go with a couple more. So let's do another rondelle. And then, I don't know if this one would work or not. Nope. It does take a while to get these holes. But honestly, I thought I had them pretty good yesterday. I did this forever. I had to remount the tiger's eye. I mean, everything that's on those. The moo kite, all of them had to be. So it did take me quite a while yesterday. Alright, that one's not going to go. And I'm not going to sit here and play with it on camera, so. That one doesn't want to go. Let's try this guy. Nope. Well, I may have to sit there and play with one because, man, I really did think I had. Okay, so which one do I want to use? Since I've got to do this, let's pick one. That one there has a lot of the brown in it, so I'd kind of like to do another one. This one looks good. It's got a lot of the brown. So here's what we do. I just use this little reamer, and you can see it falling, the dust falling out. So it is doing something, even though it takes a while. And I just switch back and forth. I do one end of it, one hole, and then I switch it around to the other one. Excuse my cough. I'm still fighting a cold. Terrible cold I've had for weeks. I don't know if it's a cold or if it's an allergy or what it is, but now I'm going to switch to the bigger one. Seems like after you do the smaller one for a while, you can switch up to the bigger one and it'll make a little more progress. But now one thing that you have to do, it seems like frequently, is switch back to that small one. I don't know, the bigger one, it does good, but it doesn't seem to make the hole as fast for some reason. That smaller one is, I think, much sharper. This is how you do it, as far as I know. If I'm doing something wrong, somebody tell me, but it seemed pretty. It didn't have much explanation on the box, like telling you how to put it together or anything, so I'm just assuming that I'm doing it right, but like I said, this thing does come out pretty frequently and easily. Okay, and I'll flip back to this end again. I'm sure they make these that are more powerful, and I may need to get one, because this one really, it does take forever to do this. Alright, let's see now if I can do it. Getting closer, but still not there. So I'll use this bigger hole for a minute, or bigger drill bit for a minute. And then I switch back to the smaller one, and it seems like if I do that frequently, kind of switch them out, that it does better. I don't know why. This one is really sharp though, this small one, because like I said, I got my finger yesterday and it's really sore today. It made a hole and like bled for a while. Okay, let's see if that's good. Still not. Okay, I'm going to pause the video, finish this so I don't bore you to death. Be right back. Okay, that took forever. But I finally got the bead on there. If I'm going to be doing this much, I'm going to have to get a more powerful bead reamer. Just saying. That was crazy. Okay, so now, let's see. I'm going to put one of these on each end. Yeah, these are cute. These little spacers here. I've got dust on my fingers now. Oh, come on, dude. You're making me crazy. There we go. All right, there's that one. I'm going to use one of these. And now, what I'm going to do is try to even these up. So we need to come this way just a tad. I just want to make sure that there's not a huge amount. See, I need to come this way a little. That one is longer. Because you want the ends to be, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to tie an overhand knot on each of these ends, just right above the bead, the last bead on each side, just so they don't slide around a lot. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I did not do it on this one, but I did put a little glue in there just to hold those beads in. I did do it on these other two, so I kind of learned my lesson on this Mookaite one, that it would have been better if I had tied the knot, so I did put a little GS Hypo cement in there, and then these two I tied the knots, just so they don't flop, you know, the beads don't flop all around. So I'm just tying a knot on either end. These make great gifts because they're so adjustable and customizable. You can put anything on here if you have the patience to sit and drill it. Okay, so there we have those. Now we're going to take our little clasp And we're going to slide one end of the leather in, and crisscrossing, going the opposite way, we're going to slide the other piece in. Now you may have to kind of pull this down. See that little gap it makes in there, and just slide it through there. There we go. And we have our little adjustable. Now it has to be big enough to fit over the biggest part of your hand, okay? And this one, you know, there shouldn't be any problem. We've got plenty of room down here. I'm not going to be tying knots up here really. But I would like to put a couple little beads on here. Lord have mercy, do I have anything that has already got a pretty good size hole in it? I don't think I do in amethyst. So probably, these guys might. I don't think so, but it's possible. Let me just dump them out and see if one will fit on there. I'd like to put an amethyst bead on the bottom. Well, really? Is that going to work? Sometimes if you can kind of twist your leather like this, just to get it out the other side, then you can grab it with your pliers. If you can grab it with a plier, oh, come on, that would be really good if you would fit. There we go. Cannot believe that fit on there. Okay. And then I'm going to do one of the little copper beads. I just destroyed the end of that. I may have to cut it again. Nope, it went on. Okay. So there's one side. And I'm just going to tie an overhanded knot here. And I'm kind of coming up a little bit far, but not super far. Just about right there. Now, I'm not going to trim that off yet. I'm going to do the other side just to see. Hopefully another one of these beads will go on. That one wasn't just a freaky big hole. Oh no. That one won't. Let's try this one. May end up having to ream one of these out. I tell you, that took forever. Oh. Okay, that one was just a... Okay, wait, maybe this one will go. Okay. This one's going to go. And see, you can kind of twist it on. If you take the leather and kind of twist, it'll get it through here enough you can grab it. There we go. Oh, come on now. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put another of the little copper spacers on. I wish I would have had copper in these sliders. I just had the rose gold, gold, and silver. But copper would have been nice. I don't have that or brass. Alright, let's trim this to a point. Okay, now I want to try to tie, so I want to make sure though that these are even pretty much. And then I want to try to tie this even over here. Now it's not, I mean, you know, you don't have to be scientific with it unless you just want to, but I just kind of eyeball it. Okay. Now I'm going to trim this up a little bit. And if you have some GS Hypo cement or some glue, you can just dab a little bit of glue on there. I don't think it really needs it personally, but you could if you wanted to. And then here is your adjustable slider bracelet. So that'll fit anybody. Very easy to customize, very professional looking, really super cute. Okay, so that is another Christmas present done. All right, now what I'm going to do is show you another way to use these sliders. So this chain right now is available on my website. I have it in this really pretty turquoise and gold. Unfortunately, it doesn't come in silver. It's just gold. So I have turquoise and gold, I have black and gold, and I have brown and gold. And what you're going to do is you're going to measure your wrist here. And depending on how long you want the dangles to hang down, okay, so just kind of think about that. You want to cut it. I'm going to cut mine right about here. Where's my cutters? Okay, so that measures, and I have a small wrist, so, you know, you'll have to measure on your own, but that measures right at 11.5 inches. Okay, so again, I have reamed out these turquoise beads. Excuse me. And I do have some crimps here, crimp beads, and the crimp covers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and put on the beads that I want now. With this chain, it is a little thicker than the Coriana chain, and if this gets split, then you'll have to, you know, try to trim it to where it doesn't split down there, because then it's going to be hard to get on your chain. When it makes a little split, it's hard to get on here. So I'm just stringing on. I've got these really pretty, those are from Box, and then I have the turquoise beads, and I think I'm just going to do a little pattern here. That guy's not wanting to go on, so let's try a different one. Okay, I'm just going to do, oh come on now, there we go, a little pattern of gold and turquoise. And you just have to try different beads. Some of them go on really easy, some of them don't. And I did ream out. You can ream these glass ones too. But I'm going to trim that. I may have made that end there kind of blunt. So just try to trim it to a point, and it does seem to make it easier to get things on. Though it's not working for me now, of course. Here we go. Thank you. All right. And I'm just alternating the turquoise and the gold for a few minutes here. So there, I'm going to add in another of these little sparkly ones. Those are so pretty. A lot of sparkle and shine. And then I'm just going to do another turquoise. Another gold. Some of them just have bigger holes than others, I guess. There we go. Another turquoise. Let's use this one if it'll go. Okay. Another gold. One more turquoise, like this whitish one. And then I'm going to do another of these guys. Okay, so there's what I have. Now, I do want to scoot this down a little. Try to even it up when I put it on. That's what it's going to look like. Really pretty. Okay, you don't want this to be too tight, so I'm scooting the beads down a little to give it some movement. You want it to have a little bit of movement in there. See how that made it lay a little better if you put a little bit of space. Not a lot, but you just don't want to poke her straight. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the crimp beads, and I am going to put one on either end. All the way, I'm going to slide it all the way down, and I believe these are size 3 crimp beads. I'm just going to slide it down there. I'm doing one on either end. And these are just going to keep the beads from just moving too much. Now I am, like I said, leaving a little bit of space in between the beads. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. And then I'm just going to crimp this. Not super hard, okay? You don't have to, you know, smash it down to where you kill it. And you don't want to cut your chain. You just want it to where it's not going to move. And, you know, just tug on it. And it holds the beads. And then I'm going to put a cover over it. And you don't have to use the crimp cover if you don't want to. I mean, that's totally up to your own creative control. I just, on this, I kind of like it, I think. I don't use them a lot, but I am going to put it on here. And you just gently close it up over the crimp. These are very malleable, so you just kind of work with it until you get it on there closed up. I'm going to do the other side. And I do not know what size these crimp covers are. All of my crimp covers are together in one container. I just, you know, pull one out that looks like it'll fit over the crimp bead. And if it won't, then I get a bigger one. But I don't know what size these are. I do think those are size 3 crimps, though. And we're just going to work it until it closes up right there. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. When you put it on, very, very pretty. Okay, so I've got these ends, and so I showed you how to do the crisscross, you know, but this one, I'm just going to put them both through going the same direction. So there's one, and the reason I'm doing this is because the necklace is going to match. They're both going to go through the same direction. So you want to kind of pull it, even them up if you want them to be. You could make them staggered if you wanted. Okay, just like that. Now, this has to be able to fit over the biggest part of my hand without coming off of the chain. So I'm just going to make sure that it will. And it does. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to put one of these little, I think these little guys, I really like them. They're so pretty. If I can get one to fit. And I can trim this a little bit more if it's splintered or having trouble, because we know these beads will go on here. Then I'm going to take a crimp, and I'm going to put this crimp on the end down toward the bottom, just like this. Crimp it down. And do the same thing on the other side. I love this chain. When I saw it at a bead show, and I thought it was just so pretty and so unique. And so they just had a little bit, and I bought it, and then I had looked for it ever since to buy it to sell on my website, because I thought, as much as I love it, I think everybody else would think it's really pretty too. So I do have the aqua and gold, or turquoise and gold, the black and gold, and the brown and gold. And it only comes in gold. I wish it came in silver, but I've not been able to find it in silver. So we're putting our little crimp cover on. Okay. And I just work with it until it looks good. All right. So there is our little slider clasp bracelet. How quick and easy was that? And then you just pull this clasp up. You just slide it up right like that. And how cute. Okay, so for the necklace, we're going to do basically the same thing. So the necklace I measured and got it just how I wanted it to lay. It's totally up to your own creative control. So here is what I came up with. So I've got it right at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, about 18 inches per side. So what is that, 36 inches? Yeah. Okay. And the way that we're going to bead this is just going to go right over your neck. You're not going to have a clasp, okay? So if you want to put beads on it, you can, and I'm going to do a few. So I'm going to start with one of these. And I don't think that it's really necessary on this one to use the crimps up here to stop the beads, because I think that when you have this on, gravity will pull them down and you won't have to, you won't have to worry really about them sliding around too much. And you'll see what I mean here in a minute. So we've got that. Let's do another turquoise bead. And I'm not doing a lot. I'm not going to bead like all up this because I really love this chain and I want it to show. I want to showcase it. It's so pretty. There's that one. We'll do one more. Kind of like we did on the bracelet. One more of these guys. Or no, just one more of these. Okay, so just like that. I'm going to do the same thing over here. And if you can see how that chain right there is kind of split, I don't know if you can tell really, but yeah, there maybe. It is kind of split. And so that's why it's hard to get the bead on. It's just the way that the chain's made. So if you can trim it kind of to a point to where it's not, you know, split and you've got two pieces trying to fight for real estate here in this bead, then it's a little bit easier. Okay, so there's that one. Let's see, what one do I want to do? This one next. Gold. Oops. A couple of announcements while I'm beading this. I have an auction going on in my Facebook group right now. I'm doing a big D-stash, so if you're interested in that, it will be going on for several weeks. I'm doing 12 lots per week, but it's curated lots of, you know, D-stash stuff. Excuse me. And so there's that. Then I also have a drawing. So if you win a bid on the auction, any bid, then you get to be entered in for a drawing to win a free lot. So there's going to be 2 winners for that. And then on the YouTube channel, I have a video out called Big Announcements. I will link it in the description box below this video. And that video announces that I'm doing a big giveaway. So when I hit 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. Whoops. And I'm going to give away some nice beading stuff. So if you want to be entered in for the drawing for that, you have to be a subscriber, of course, and then you need to comment on that video. So I will link it. It has to be on that video, and I'll link that in the description box below this video. So that's going on, and it seemed like there was something else. Oh, I'm also doing a Q&A, question and answer video, so just to celebrate the 20,000. So if there's something you want to ask me that you wanted to know about me or whatever, I'm going to do a video answering your questions. So that'll be fun. All right, so here we have this. Now, you want these to be even right here. This needs to have enough room, obviously, to go over your head. So here's what I've got. And then I'm just going to take my little slider. Where'd it go? Right here. And same thing that I did on the other one. I'm going to put both of these through going the same direction. Okay, just like that. Now, these beads, like I said, I think gravity will pull them down. Unless you've got a difficult one. There we go. So there that is. And then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. But I have to pull out a couple more crimps and crimp covers because apparently I was weird in my thinking over there and thought I only needed less than I did. Another thing I'm going to be doing here pretty soon is another big craft room tour because it's changed so much since I moved in. Y'all know how that goes. And I've rearranged and changed so much. So yeah, I'm going to do that soon too. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe so you don't miss all this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to, now what I want to do is put this on. So let me just slip it on over my head for a minute. And I kind of want to look at where everything lays. And I like the beads where they're at now. Yeah, they're kind of like right in between my breasts there. And I like that. So what I want to do, though, is trim one of these shorter than the other. I don't want them both hanging at the same length. So I'm going to put one of these little guys on, just like we did on the bracelet. And then, do I want to do a turquoise down there? I think I kind of do. I think I'm going to add a turquoise bead on here on the bottom too. Yeah, that's pretty. I like that. And then I'm going to do the crimp. Maybe I am. This one I'm going to move up a little because, like I said, I want him to hang kind of staggered, except for he doesn't want to move up. Why don't you want to move up? There you go. Okay. So let's see, for this one, I just want it a little bit off center. I just don't want them both hanging the same exact length. Come up just a bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to take my crimpers, same thing, I'm just mashing them down. It's not like you're just mashing it. You don't have to crimp it like the 2 pieces of wire kind of crimp using these things. And then I'm going to put my crimp bead cover on and close him up. So there's that. And I'm going to do the same on this other side. But this one I'm going to keep down kind of low. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little guy on, do one of my turquoise beads. Oh, don't tell me you're not going to go on there. No, you're not, are you? Let's try you. All right. And then my little crimp. And this one, I'm going to keep kind of low down to the bottom. If I can get it on there. There we go. So I'm just going to come up a little bit here. Like about like that. Let me look at it and see. Yeah, I kind of like that. I just want it to be a little bit staggered. And then I'm going to crimp this one down. And again, just smashing it down, not crimping. And then I'm going to put my little crimp cover on. And so this set is so quick and easy, so customizable, absolutely awesome for gifts. Because it's adjustable, so you don't have to worry about getting everything just the right length, okay? So here's how that hangs. Now, if you wanted to trim those, you could, but I don't think I do. I kind of like them hanging there. I just wanted the beads to be staggered a little. So let me put all of this over here on the form, and you can see how that the necklace lays and everything. I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are in my light box, and I have to say, I think this is one of the favorite things that I've ever made, really. I love this set. It is so pretty. So there's the little bracelet. Again, it's fully adjustable. Here's the necklace. So anybody that, you can make this for anybody. And they're going to be able to adjust it how they want it and wear it how they want it. They're just super, super cute and great for gifts. So again, this chain is available on my website in brown and gold, black and gold, and this turquoise and gold. I will link my website in the description box below this video. And there's a lot going on, guys. So if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you know when I upload. If you don't, you're going to miss stuff like giveaways. All right. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.